Have you ever heard of the forgotten third wheel of the Three Kingdoms? Everyone loves Liu Bei, the underdog hero. Everyone loves to hate Cao Cao, the charming villain. But what about Sun Quan, the unloved middle child of the Three Kingdoms? But without him, the Three Kingdoms story simply couldn't have happened. Sun Quan's Kingdom of Wu was the linchpin, the balance keeper nobody asked for. You see, the main reason neither Liu Bei or Cao Cao could unify China was Sun Quan. Picture this, it's right before the Battle of Red Cliffs, the big battle for Liu Bei's Shu, Cao Cao's Wei, and all of China. If Cao Cao won that battle, the war would be all but over. And the smart money was on Cao Cao's way. Cao Cao knew it, Liu Bei knew it, and Sun Quan knew it too. Sun Quan knew if Shu fell, his kingdom would be next. So he slammed his sword into the table and said, "We fight." Thus, the Sun Liu alliance was born. The Red Cliffs happened, Cao Cao loses, and the Three Kingdoms are born. But that's not where the story ends. You've probably heard the saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." Well, Sun Quan was determined to prove that wrong. When his new friends had their backs turned, he pounced on the opportunity. Guan Yu, Liu Bei's sworn brother and quite possibly the most dangerous man on the battlefield, was off fighting Cao Cao's forces to the north, and it was going very well. It was going so well, in fact, Cao Cao thought about moving his capital out of Guan Yu's way. If Guan Yu had kept going, who knows, maybe Cao Cao would have been finished. But Sun Quan knew, if Cao Cao's kingdom of Wei fell, his kingdom would be next. So right at that moment, Sun Quan decides, hey, let's invade Guan Yu's backyard. Bye-bye Liu Bei's territory, and bye-bye Guan Yu. With friends like Sun Quan, who needs enemies? And that's how it went. Sun Quan was the ultimate ally to the underdog, right until the underdog won. Fast forward a little. Cao Cao had passed, and Emperor Cao Pi was now the ruler of the new Wei dynasty. And under his command, Sun Quan's Kingdom of Wu had become a vassal kingdom of Cao Pi's new Wei dynasty. And that's how things were before the Battle of Yiling. Liu Bei was out for revenge. He was furious. He'd lost territory, lost his sworn brother, and been betrayed. Naturally, he threw everything he had at Sun Quan to get revenge. So, what did Sun Quan do? Well, he did something that we probably should expect by now. He turned his back on Cao Pi and somehow made peace with Liu Bei. Why? Because Sun Quan's golden rule was, I don't work for anyone, and if you get too strong, I'm coming for you. If Wei's getting too strong, fight them. If Shu's getting too strong, fight them instead. And around the Battle of Yiling, it was Wei who was strong. Sun Quan was honestly a very interesting character. So why didn't he get popular? Why doesn't anyone like Sun Quan? Well, there are a few reasons. 1. Cao Cao and Liu Bei, more Liu Bei than Cao Cao, both had much more humble beginnings, hustling for troops, money, and allies. But Sun Quan? He inherited an empire from his big brother Sun Ce, and also had two great advisors who solved most of his problems. Sun Quan was basically playing a pay-to-win game with his mum's credit card, whilst everyone else was grinding hard. 2. He killed the fandom's favourite character. The novel, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, is how most people get their impression of the Three Kingdoms era. And Guan Yu is one of, if not the most popular character. And so, whoever put Guan Yu down isn't exactly going to win many popularity contests among the fans. 3. The facepalm defeat. The Battle of Hefei. Sun Quan brought 100,000 men, and he faced off against Zhang Liao, who only had 800. And Sun Quan lost badly. Embarrassingly, he ended up fleeing on his horse with his tail between his legs. 4. He's not the great hero or the great villain. Cao Cao was the infamous and entertaining villain. Liu Bei was the honorable and inspiring hero. And Sun Quan was also there. He wasn't the hero, he wasn't the villain. So what was he? He was the pivot, the third guy, the man in the middle. He was the guy who kept the war going by making sure nobody got strong enough to win. Without him, the story would have ended in Act 2. So yeah, Sun Quan might not have had the brotherhood of Liu Bei or the swagger of Cao Cao, but without his whoever's winning I'm against you strategy, there'd be no Three Kingdoms as we know it. And maybe that's his legacy, but unfortunately, nobody really remembers the middleman.